Off the southern tip of Florida, where Biscayne Bay shatters into a maze of mangrove islands and coral, there is a narrow channel on the old charts, Caesar Creek, and a small island in the middle of it, Caesar's Rock. They have carried that name for centuries. It sits on a British map drawn in 1775. The name belongs to a pirate, Black Caesar, they say, an escaped African king who terrorized these waters, buried silver on Elliott Key, and kept a harem and a prison camp on his island. There is just one problem. Almost none of it can be proven. And the man who made the legend famous never set foot in Florida. He was a novelist. So who was Black Caesar? A real pirate? A place on a map? Or a story someone invented? There is one Black Caesar the records actually know, and he sailed with the most feared pirate of the age. In 1718, Edward Teach, the pirate known as Blackbeard, was cornered off the coast of North Carolina by a Royal Navy lieutenant named Robert Maynard. According to the General History of the Pirates, printed in 1724, Blackbeard had posted a man he trusted below decks in the powder room with a lit match. His orders were simple. If the ship was taken, blow it up and send everyone aboard to the bottom together. When Maynard's men swarmed the deck, the man moved to obey. Two prisoners hiding in the hold talked him out of it. That man is the closest thing to a real Black Caesar we have. But here is the catch. At the trial that followed, he was never actually named. 6 black pirates were aboard that day. History simply chose one and called him Caesar. The Florida legend is a different story entirely. Bigger, older, and far stranger. As it is told, Black Caesar began as a war chieftain on the West African coast, a giant of a man, immensely strong, and too clever to be taken. Slave traders tried for years. Finally, one lured him aboard a ship with the gift of a watch, promising more riches waiting below, and then sailed away with Caesar and 20 of his warriors in chains. Off the coast of Florida, a hurricane tore the ship apart. In the chaos, a sailor who had befriended Caesar slipped below and set him free. The two seized a longboat and rowed out the storm, the only survivors of the wreck. And there, the legend says, a king became a pirate. Their trick was simple. They would float in the longboat, pretending to be shipwrecked sailors, and wave down a passing vessel. When it drew close, they brought out their guns and demanded its cargo, threatening to send it to the bottom. For years, the story goes, it worked. They amassed a fortune and buried it on Elliott Key, 26 bars of silver, and not one has ever been found. Then the two friends quarreled over a woman taken from a captured ship, and Caesar killed the sailor in a duel. Alone now, the legend darkens. They say he kept a harem of 100 women and a prison camp of stone huts where he held captives for ransom. And when he sailed off to raid, he left them nothing, and many starved. It is a chilling story. It is also, almost certainly, fiction. Not one detail of the Florida story can be verified by a period source. So where did it come from? Trace it back, and you keep arriving at fiction. An 18th century stage play, a novel from 1922, and one name in particular, Ned Buntline, a dime novelist, a spinner of tall tales, the same man who took a frontier scout named William Cody and turned him into Buffalo Bill. He wrote Black Caesar stories too, and his own account of how the creek got its name, one the records simply do not support. But here is the thing. Buntline did not invent that name. It was already old. The creek was already Black Caesar's Creek on that British chart in 1775, a lifetime before Buntline. Where the name came from, no record says. He didn't invent it. He only dressed it as a kingdom. And even the ending, we all know, is not safe. The Powder Room Pirate, the one real Caesar, was not hanged with Blackbeard's crew. The man history ties to that name was tried and acquitted, and may have lived quietly into old age. And the pirate lair? A national park archaeologist looked at that creek. Narrow, rocky, 3 miles from open water through killer reefs. Hiding a ship there, he said, was the dumbest idea he could think of. So here is the case file. There was a black pirate in Blackbeard's crew. There is a channel named Caesar on the charts before anyone ever wrote the story down. And somewhere in between, out of a real name and a novelist's imagination, a pirate king was born who may never have existed at all. The name is still on the map. The silver has never turned up, and Caesar's Creek keeps its secret. If you enjoyed this case file, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which regional legend we should investigate next.